In the realm of nature's splendor, the dahlia stands as a paragon of beauty and delicacy. Its petals unfurl in a mesmerizing array of colors, a testament to the exquisite artistry of the natural world. Yet amidst the tapestry of floral grace, there exists a darker hue, a sinister counterpart that defies comprehension. Imagine, if you will, the sudden transformation of the symbol of elegance into a specter of horror, a dahlia turned black, its once vibrant petals now imbued with a macabre aura. Such is the haunting transition that mirrors the fate of Elizabeth Short, forever etched in the history of infamy as the Black Dahlia. Nearly a century ago, the lifeless form of Elizabeth Short was unearthed, her once beautiful visage marred by unspeakable violence. Like the petals of the tainted bloom, her existence had been tragically transfigured, leaving behind a legacy of terror and intrigue. Join us now as we delve into the chilling saga of the Black Dahlia, where the boundaries between beauty and horror blur in a tale of darkness and despair. Today, here at Crime Scene Archives, we will delve into the intricacies of this heinous crime, exploring the myriad suspects and theories that continue to captivate minds, inviting you to draw your own conclusions about the identity of the Black Dahlia's murderer. Before we proceed, it's important to underscore that our discussion stems from publicly available information for educational purposes. The topics we'll address are sensitive and graphic, including sexual offense, abuse, and depictions of violence. If you find these subjects distressing, I urge you to exercise caution or refrain from watching further. While every effort has been made to verify our sources, viewers should refrain from making judgments solely based on the content of this video. It's imperative to remember that the individuals involved in this case were real people, deserving of respect and empathy. Let's maintain a compassionate and respectful dialogue as we delve into this chilling mystery. Named the Black Dahlia by the media due to her fondness for dark attire and inspired by the film The Blue Dahlia from 1946, the 22-year-old aspiring actress met a gruesome fate, brutally murdered, bisected at the waist, and posed on the roadside like a mannequin. Now, precisely 77 years later, the case remains shrouded in mystery. Our story transports us to the vintage Hollywood of the 1940s, an era defined by the rise of cinema and the allure of celebrity. The Dream Factory of Los Angeles beckoned aspiring actors and starry-eyed hopefuls, promising fame and fortune amidst the backdrop of post-war gloom. Yet, beneath the veneer of glamour lay a city grappling with despair and danger, epitomized by the tragic fate of Elizabeth Short. On a fateful January day in 1947, Betty, accompanied by her young daughter, stumbled upon a grisly sight in a desolate neighborhood. A woman's body, severed in two, lying amidst the overgrown grass. The scene that greeted them was a tableau of horror, defying belief, and leaving an indelible mark on those who bore witness. As authorities descended upon the scene, they were met with a macabre display of precision and brutality. Elizabeth Short's body, meticulously dissected, bore the hallmarks of a calculated killer. The deliberate mutilation inflicted upon her, including the chilling gash etched into her face, spoke of a tormentor driven by sadistic intent. Amidst the shock and revulsion, investigators grappled with the enigma of Short's murder. The meticulous nature of the crime hinted at a perpetrator with intimate knowledge of human anatomy, leading some to speculate about the involvement of a skilled surgeon or medical professional. The wounds exhibited faint bruising along their perimeters, indicating an attempt by the body to initiate clotting, a natural response to injury. Despite the graphic nature of the findings, we refrain from showcasing explicit images of the deceased. However, a depiction akin to the portrayal of the Black Dahlia in American Horror Story initial season offers a glimpse into the grim reality of Elizabeth Short's demise. Accounts suggest that the infamous Glasgow smile carved into her countenance was inflicted while she still drew breath. Nevertheless, many of the subsequent mutilations likely occurred post-mortem. Her body bore a plethora of slash wounds, crisscrossing her form in a macabre pattern, with portions of flesh excised from the spaces in between. Speculation surrounds a possible rose tattoo, purportedly carved away amidst the brutality, an assertion shrouded in uncertainty due to conflicting reports. Amidst the carnage, a striking detail emerges: the conspicuous absence of blood at the crime scene. The meticulous removal of bodily fluids, coupled with the thorough cleansing of the victim's remains, underscores the calculated nature of the crime. The killer's meticulous efforts extended even to the removal of brush bristles lodged within the wounds, a testament to the fastidiousness with which the scene was orchestrated. Elizabeth Short's lifeless body, drained of its vital fluids, lay posed upon an empty lot, a deliberate choice by her assailant ensuring her discovery. The meticulously arranged tableau served as a grim testament to the killer's painstaking planning and execution. Further examination revealed a cause of death: a cerebral hemorrhage, likely induced by severe beatings to her head. Signs of restraint and torture marred her body, suggesting a prolonged ordeal at the hands of her tormentor. Despite the lack of evidence indicating sexual assault, the brutality of the crime hints at a deeper, more sinister motive. Elizabeth Short's identification, facilitated by her fingerprints, unveiled a tumultuous past marked by tragedy and resilience. Born into a family beset by financial hardship and the specter of her father's presumed suicide, Elizabeth's early years were fraught with adversity. Her dreams of stardom impelled her to Los Angeles, yet the reality of her aspirations proved elusive. A failed engagement to a military man, tragically cut short by a fatal plane crash, left her heartbroken but undeterred. Determined to pursue her passion for cinema, she embarked on a journey to realize her dreams, only to find herself ensnared in a web of darkness and despair. When Elizabeth arrived in Los Angeles, she took up a job as a waitress to support herself between auditions. But the acting opportunities she hoped for were scarce. The competitive nature of Hollywood, especially during that era, made it challenging for aspiring actors like Elizabeth to break into the industry. Despite her dreams of becoming an actress, she struggled to land any significant roles, and at the time of her death, she was merely making ends meet as a waitress, renting a room near one of her favorite nightclubs on Hollywood Boulevard. Elizabeth's tragic murder thrust her into the spotlight, earning her the infamous nickname the Black Dahlia. The media sensationalized her story, portraying her as a starlet whose dreams were cut short by a brutal demise. However, many of the rumors surrounding her life and death were baseless and disrespectful, tarnishing her memory with false accusations of prostitution and involvement in illicit activities. In truth, Elizabeth was simply a young woman with aspirations of stardom, navigating the challenges of pursuing her dreams in a cutthroat industry. The media frenzy surrounding Elizabeth's murder led to numerous false leads and misconceptions about the case. One egregious example of this sensationalism occurred when a journalist callously deceived Elizabeth's mother, pretending to celebrate her daughter's fictitious victory in a beauty contest before revealing the grim truth of her death. Such callous exploitation of tragedy only added to the anguish of Elizabeth's loved ones. Meanwhile, the search for Elizabeth's killer progressed slowly, with the police inundated by a flood of leads, most of which proved to be unhelpful. However, on January 21st, 6 days after Elizabeth's body was discovered, The LA Herald Examiner received a chilling call from someone claiming to be her killer. The caller, speaking with eerie composure and confidence, taunted the newspaper with promises of sending souvenirs of Elizabeth's belongings. True to his word, a letter containing Elizabeth's personal items arrived days later, accompanied by a cryptic message crafted from magazine clippings, further fueling the mystery surrounding her murder. While the package containing Elizabeth Short's belongings hinted at a deeper connection to the killer, one individual in particular drew suspicion due to his recent association with her. Robert Red Manley, a former army man known for his bright ginger hair, had met Elizabeth a month before her murder. Their encounter began when he offered her a ride while she waited at a bus stop. Despite her initial reluctance to engage, they struck up conversation during the car ride, leading to subsequent dates over the following month. Their last date occurred on January 8th, the day before Elizabeth's disappearance. Red, who resided in San Diego, drove her back to Los Angeles on the morning of January 9th, dropping her off at the Biltmore Hotel, where she was last seen alive. Their relationship was still in its early ages, not yet serious, but their last encounter before her disappearance placed Red under scrutiny. Authorities questioned Red early in the investigation, considering him the last person known to have seen Elizabeth alive. Despite cooperating with police and agreeing to 2 polygraph tests, which he purportedly passed, doubts lingered about his involvement. However, no conclusive evidence tied him to the crime, leaving his role in Elizabeth's murder unresolved amidst the broader mystery of the Black Dahlia case. Amidst the speculation and media frenzy surrounding Elizabeth Short's murder, numerous individuals were considered suspects in the case. One of the most notable suspects was Dr. George Hodel, a prominent physician in Los Angeles at the time. Hodel's son, Steve Hodel, a former LAPD detective, has publicly accused his father of being the Black Dahlia's killer, citing circumstantial evidence and his own investigation. Dr. George Hodel's alleged connection to the case stems from his disturbing background and suspicious behavior. He was known to have a penchant for the surreal and had connections to the Los Angeles art scene, where he associated with figures like Man Ray and John Huston. Additionally, Hodel was suspected of being involved in other criminal activities, including illegal abortions and potential ties to organized crime. Steve Hodel's investigation into his father's past revealed startling evidence, including alleged confessions and cryptic writings that seemed to allude to the Black Dahlia murder. Furthermore, the Hodel family home, known as the Franklin House, was suspected of being a site where illicit activities took place, with rumors of secret passageways and underground tunnels. Despite these compelling allegations, Dr. George Hodel was never formally charged or prosecuted for Elizabeth Short's murder, and the case remains officially unsolved. While some find the evidence against him compelling, others argue that it is circumstantial and inconclusive. The mystery surrounding Elizabeth Short's murder continues to captivate the public imagination, with Dr. George Hodel's alleged involvement adding another layer of intrigue to the enduring enigma of the Black Dahlia case. George Hodel, who passed away in 1999, was never officially charged with any murders. Yet his son Steve is adamant that the FBI or the police should reopen the Black Dahlia case and investigate his father as the possible killer. Steve's deep dive into the Black Dahlia case and George Hodel's life has uncovered some supporting evidence, albeit speculative. He theorizes that his father may have been a serial killer, citing another murder in the Philippines that bore similarities to the Black Dahlia case. However, some skeptics question Steve's motives, suspecting he may be stretching evidence to profit from books and theories. Steve even suggested that his father could be the Zodiac killer, though this assertion weakened his credibility in the eyes of many. Despite doubts, George Hodel remains a prominent suspect given his troubled past, deviant behavior, and connections to the Hollywood elite. His specialization in venereal diseases and secret abortions provided access to vulnerable women, potentially creating opportunities for exploitation. The discovery of a photo album containing images resembling Elizabeth Short further fueled suspicions about his involvement in the Black Dahlia murder. However, other theories abound, including the possibility that Elizabeth Short was a victim of a known serial killer, such as the Cleveland torso murderer or a perpetrator behind the lone woman murders. The lack of conclusive evidence and the passage of time make it unlikely that the Black Dahlia case will ever be solved definitely. Elizabeth Short's case stands as one of Hollywood's oldest and most infamous murders, still captivating the attention of people worldwide. Despite exhaustive searches for new leads, false confessions, and numerous dead ends, the Black Dahlia case has left little hope of ever being resolved. The FBI concludes that the murderer remains elusive, and with the passage of time, it is unlikely that they will ever be apprehended. In the absence of clear answers, you are left to form your own opinions about who might be responsible for one of history's most notorious murders. George Hodel stands out as a captivating suspect, yet doubt lingers, encouraging speculation and discussion among those captivated by this enigmatic case. Who do you think is responsible? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. As we wrap our exploration of the Black Dahlia case, a haunting mystery that continues to captivate us decades later, consider delving deeper into another gripping tale of intrigue and deception. In our previous video, we uncovered the story of Gypsy Blanchard, a young woman ensnared in the web of deceit that ended in tragedy. Don't forget to subscribe to Crime Scene Archives to unravel the twists and turns of our harrowing journey, and join us as we delve deep through the darker corners of human nature.